Yo, Bachi 2007 back at you with another one. Over 100 million leftover women in China. Will a 38-year-old with a master's degree choose a rural old bachelor? That's the question this video poses. Let's take a look and see what happens.
我今年38岁了。
I am 38 years old with a master's degree. I am a high-quality single woman. I originally thought that in Hangzhou I could find an equally high-quality bachelor. But until I turned 38 this year, I realized that those high-quality single men didn't even look at me. Now, the ones chasing after me are rural bachelors. In other words, if I want to get married, I can only marry into the countryside.
完了，真的嫁不出去了。
Oh no, it's over. I really can't get married anymore. I'm already 34 years old. What should I do? My mum is still waiting for grandchildren. Do I really have to resort to buying sperm for artificial insemination? It's so scary. I want a man.
今天我就打假一下我自己了。
This is my undergraduate degree from Qingdao University of Science and Technology. And this is my master's degree from a private university in Seoul. You don't need to understand Korean. This is the official certification of my master's degree, stamped with an official seal. If I were to falsify any documents, I'd be in prison. I graduated with my master's degree in 2015. In 2016, I obtained temporary residency in Shanghai. Here are the property deeds for my 2 houses. This is the purchase contract and keys for my property in Jiaxing, Shanghai. You can see my fingerprints at the bottom. If the rain stops in a couple of days, I can show you my house in Jiaxing. I couldn't find the purchase contract for the house in Hangzhou, but I'll show you the property there in a few days. This is one of my BMW cars, and this is one of my electric cars. Although it's not valuable, it's genuinely enjoyable to drive.
Right, so if you've been following the issue with us over here at Yobachi 2007, you will clearly recognize this as our good friend Athena. She has been the star of the last 2 videos that we have done on this subject matter of leftover women, particularly in China. She is very popular around the web in relationship to this issue. So there's a lot of full footage of her. She keeps cropping up in various different videos. So we profiled her here. We did a deep dive profile on her and one of her other sisters, where she's being stubborn about how she went out to the dating market. They have literal markets where women go to sell themselves to men and hold up a poster with their stats. And she was just saying how she not gonna settle, basically is what she's saying in Chinese. So this is her again. And she's telling you about her cars and her money and her degrees. And men in China don't care no more about that than men in America do. Even less. She's not even that old. She's just getting to the wall, and they already done with her. Go back and watch those other videos, and you'll see what's up, man. It's hilarious. But she just stands in there. She takes the arrows when they tell her she's old and just basically just insult her to her face. But she's like determined to stand her ground of what she deserves, and she just eats those insults and just stays stubborn. But let's hear some more from her.
Enjoyable to drive.
我34岁，硕士学历。
I'm 34 years old with a master's degree, 2 houses, and 2 cars. Previously, I earned around 300,000 yuan per year, but now it's around 150,000 yuan. If I were a man, I'd be highly desirable in the dating market. There would be many girls interested in me, and I could easily pick someone. But just because I'm a woman, I have little value in the dating market.
Bingo! Why the confused look on your face? You clearly understand the facts of the situation and the reality. You, as a woman, having material property means nothing to men in the dating market, because women will still require men to have money, and you don't want to share what you earn with men. You just want men to give you everything they earn. So what is valuable to men is not the same as what's valuable to women, and vice versa. Men are in the dating market trying to date men, while women like yourself are in the dating market trying to be men while trying to date men. You are the man that you want. And what I want is for y'all to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification, all that good stuff. Like me up, and we're going to get right back to the program, because this stuff is utterly hilarious. And if I can get my things to work right, we're going to check out what Chinese men have to say about this situation. So the Tribe of Men channel was reviewing a different video, but on this same topic, with the same kind of women talking the same kind of crap. And here are some of the responses on the video he was looking at that he's going to read out for us.
There's a societal preference in China for younger brides, typically women in their 20s. No shit. It's not a Chinese preference, it's a species preference.
I mean, the most obvious fact and truth on the planet. Men around the world want the same thing out of women. They want women who are uh, feminine, who will demur to the man and to the masculine, and women who want to be wives, who want to be coupled up for them to couple with. They don't want mean, raging feminists with a bunch of demands who offer no value to the man for what the man values, not for what the women try to tell us we should value.
You missed a couple of things. Chinese women have become more selective and less interested in marriage. 2. Chinese women also hold most of the debt in their country. 3. Chinese parents mostly depend on their children as their retirement plan. And a good marriage ensues a good retirement. Oh, this is a nice insight. I'm a Chinese male, 28. At my age, my parents will continuously urge me to find a girlfriend and get married. Although I actually wanted to find a decent girl, but my pocket doesn't allow me to do so. Dating, eating out, buying gifts, traveling, and all kinds of expenses will drive me crazy. Due to the current troubling economics in China, my business in Shanghai can barely support 2 persons' lives. Besides my part of the issue, the general social environment is in favor of girls. Talking about marriage, as a man, you need to prepare the car, the Kali, which is bride price in English, and even the real estate. If I will pay all of these by myself, that means my marriage will equal millions of debt for half of my life. This is absolutely not the life I wanted. So keep calm and stay single. Whoa, there you go.
Chinese men going MGTOW. But all those facts that Chinese brother laid out, does that not sound familiar? It sounds pretty much word for word of what the situation is in dealing with modern women in America as well. So in all these developing countries, it's spreading definitely to developing countries in the East. It's even trickling down a little bit into some of the less developed countries. Again, it's not hard hit. It's not pervasive in places like Tanzania and Kenya. You can still go there and find plenty of women, Rwanda, plenty of women who are still traditional, feminine, all the things that you need, want to be wives, want to have children and have families, but it's starting to creep in. You see it a lot more in Nigeria, some of the more higher economic developing countries. The more developed they are, the more of this foolishness, but it's going to be the same outcomes world around. Women are hitting the wall and ending up broke and alone, and then running around talking about where have all the good men gone. They're in the same places, ladies. You're the problem. Let's listen to a couple more women whine and wallow in their regret as they smack face first into the wall of reality and finally get it when it's too late. But let's hear how that's going for these ladies.
其实你们不用在评论区总说我。
Actually, you don't need to always criticize me on the internet. I know that at my age of 42, there really isn't much market for me anymore. If I wanted to get married when I was younger, there might have been a bride price, but now at my age, not to mention the bride price, I might have to be a stepmother when I enter the door. Times have really changed. Maybe I used to fantasize about meeting someone better, but now I find that whoever is introduced to me is either divorced with kids or a bald old man. So, sisters, let me tell you, if you really want to get married, you should do it early.
今年我37岁了，依旧单身。
I'm 37 years old this year, still single, living in a small county like Tangshan. I have an 80 square meter apartment where I live alone. Many people might think I have a great life, but it's not really like that. Whether you're unmarried, married, or preparing for divorce, my words might be helpful to you. Do you think being single without the constraints of marriage is joyful? You're wrong. In your 20s, being single might seem fine, but after 35, I live every day in anxiety, deeply uneasy inside. Do you think having money can solve everything? Actually, it has no direct correlation with your happiness. Many people think that having good conditions will ensure happiness, but that's wrong. Every day, When I go out or come home, I'm alone. When facing problems, I have no one to discuss with or rely on. In these moments, you can only work desperately, keeping yourself busy to fill the inner helplessness and emptiness. Waking up alone, shopping alone, eating alone. Coming back home at night, seeing all the lights on but none for you. People often say that marriage is the grave of love, but I want to tell you, not getting married means you're a wandering ghost. A passionate love affair is just poetry and distant horizons, while real life is about the mundane things. You might envy the freedom of being single, but true happiness is a simple life with family, being healthy and peaceful together. Everyone has trivial things in their life, every family has its own issues. A woman at the age to marry and have children, if she doesn't, won't she feel regret? Can a woman truly be happy just thinking about making money all the time?
No, she cannot. And yes, she will feel regret, as that 42-year-old old maid who went first just proclaimed to us. And you see all of the realizations that they're coming to are all of the things that men in men's spaces over here in the West have been saying these last few years. They're acknowledging everything that we say, that all the women in the West always push back against, always have to have another scenario, always got some whataboutism, always lying about how they're single by choice and happy to be free and live their lives and don't care. They've got the sisterhood. The sisterhood won't be there for you when they have their kids and they finally find a mate and they're off living their lives and they don't got time for your old maid tale to be coming around, ruining the holidays. They're trying to do their family traditions and you aren't included. It's not going to work. It doesn't work anywhere in the world. It never has worked and it never will work. The only thing that really does work is y'all going ahead and hitting that subscribe, that notification bell, like me up. Definitely hit that like button. And we're going to stay on their head. We're going to keep on checking these videos out. There's a lot of stuff out here, man, but it's really crazy. Women should really learn to uh, understand that you're not going to beat nature. They're trying to reconstruct society and human interactions around gender studies and feminist ideology. It's human nature. You ain't gonna beat it. But y'all can beat that like button. Yobachi 2007. I'm out.